Hi, my name is Mike. Thanks for joining me today on my channel, Technically Church, where I share over 20 years of experience in audio, video, lighting, and multimedia. You can always find out more on my website at technicallychurch.com. Let's jump in. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the home screen on the channel section of the Behringer Wing. Let's jump over to the screen. All right, so here on my Behringer Wing, this is a full-size console here. I have my channel 1 selected, which is a vocal microphone. And you'll see here on the home screen, you have all sorts of menus, tabs, and settings. So I'm going to go through these one by one with a quick explanation of each one. So again, we're on the home screen. So your first tab is just home. So this is what you see by default when you're on the home screen. When on this home screen, you're going to see your tags here. Tags are if that channel is a part of a DCA or if it's a part of a mute group. You're going to see which ones those are there. Under Overview now, we have the channel patch. So that's where it's coming from at the patch point. You've got your gain and trim, and then any effects racks that are on here are just going to show here as an icon. You've got your mute there, and you've got a 48 volt phantom power. You do have to hold that to turn it on. So you have to hold it to turn it on. It mutes the channel for a second, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to turn that back off again, hold it. All right, below that is a snapshot of your EQ for that channel. Currently mine is just flat, and you can click the EQ to go into that. And then on the right side, you've got your filters, low cut, high cut, and tilt EQ. They light up when they're on. So you can see when I turn the low cut on, it lights up there. Underneath that is what mains it's assigned to. So on the Behringer Wing, you have 4 mains, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lit up blue means it's assigned and on. So you can see that the main is there. When you solo that channel, does it go to the headphones or your monitor? Those are those 2 settings there. And then this dial here is your width, which corresponds to the encoder here. The width is dealing with stereo space and how that channel lands in that stereo space. All right, next to that is your pan, left and right, if that channel is center, or if you want it left or right. And then you've got another mute over here. This mute mutes the channel. This mute mutes the source. You'll see your meter here when there is sound. You can solo it here, same as you can above the channel. And then you have your fader level, which you can grab and adjust here on the screen. So then the rest of the tabs on the home screen, you can tab over to icon color. So you can give that channel a color and an icon, which shows on the scribble strip below. Then you can give the channel a name, which shows also on the scribble strip below. You also have an option there to link the customization to source or not. You can turn that on or off. That way, it's actually tying that name to the source, not the fader channel. All right, and then the tags I already talked about. This is how you would assign them to DCAs or mute groups, which you can also do in different ways on this board, but this is one of those ways. So that's everything on the home tab here. Your next tab down, the second tab here, allows you to dig further into your sources. So you have your source, but you also have an alternate source. So you can pick your main source and your alternate source, and then you can flip those globally if you want to. And also you have a setting to say follow global or not for that input select. Your trim and your balance are visually displayed here. You can delay this channel, so you can turn that on and delay it. And then you've got another overview of your filters in this second place here. All right, next, this processing chain you can change. So yours might be in a slightly different order, but you're going to have all the same options. Next is the gate. This isn't a tutorial on each of these features, so I'm just going to show them to you very quickly. Turn the gate on and off and adjust all of the settings here. Then you will visually see it engaging and also on. It lights up when it's on or off over here. Next, I have the EQ section. So this is just your graphic EQ. It's got a low shelf, high shelf, and then 4 points of adjustment. So you can see you can touch it and you can use the encoders below. All right, next I've got the compressor. Same as the gate, you've got all your compressor settings and your on and off. Next, you have two effects racks. You have one pre-fader and one post-fader. Mine are right next to each other right now, but in between is that little line, and that is the fader. So this is the effects pre-fader, this is the effects post-fader. So you can insert all sorts of effects. Typical effects that you would insert are reverb, delay, but the Wing has a ton of stuff built in, like auto-tune and a bunch of other effects. So you can insert those there, and then you get the settings for that rack when you insert it here, on, off here. Again, it lights up when it's on. Below that's the fader. One more insert rack, same as the other one. All right, your next tab below is your mains section. So here is where you assign it to each of your 4 mains. You can turn that on and off. You can see your fader levels going to those mains, and you can also adjust them by touching it. You get another visual of your width that we talked about originally, and you get another visual of that channel fader over here. All right, your last section is your buses and your matrices. I'm using this encoder wheel at the bottom to switch from buses to matrices, and this is this channel being sent into those buses or into those matrices individually. You get all sorts of settings here. You can see tap and post settings for each bus. Same with your matrices. You get your level going to that bus, and you get an on-off per bus. Matrices work very similar. Tap post, left, right, fader volume going to that matrix, and on-off. Other things to note on this screen, at the very top here, you're going to see just a snippet of some settings of the Wing itself. The ABC refers to AES 50 ABC. Those are what connects to your stage snakes. The SC is your stage connect wiring option. 48K is the bit rate it's currently working at, and the internal refers to your clock. Next is the USB. You can click that to go to USB, and it shows you if there's one plugged in by lighting up. On my screen, I do have Dante installed, so that's the Dante logo showing that I have Dante card installed. You can go next in previous channels, and then you get an initialize, copy, and settings, and those are all per channel. So you can initialize that channel, copy the settings to another channel, or look at some more settings for that channel. So let's look at those settings real quick. So you can see you get some RTA settings when you dig into this, which mainly is you're going to see that when you're looking at your EQ. Top right, you get your clock and date, and then safe underneath. So that's if this channel applies to the safe settings when you're loading snapshots and snippets. So that's a quick overview with brief explanations on each section of your home screen on the Behringer Wing. Thanks for joining me today. Again, my name is Mike. You can always find out more on my website, technicallychurch.com, or on my YouTube channel, Technically Church. Look forward to seeing you soon.